Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm Caketinz, and today we are going to talk about places that I buy my manga from. So this video is definitely long overdue. I get a lot of people asking me, where do you buy manga from? Where do you get manga? How do you get so much manga? And the answer is, I buy from a lot of different places. I look all over the place. I have found some very strange places, and I am going to talk about some of them today. So this is my part 2 of my buying manga series. If you haven't checked out part 1, how much I spend on my manga, be sure to check it out, because I'm going to be talking a lot about my maximum prices, which may confuse you if you've not seen the first videos. So if you haven't, go check it out. If you don't care, alright, fine, be confused. So to be completely honest, before lockdown, so before March, April 2020, I bought all my manga in person. From Forbidden Planet and Traveling Man. Usually I would pre-order a final volume in a series, so the last volume of Naruto I pre-ordered on Amazon, and the same with Food Wars and a few others. But otherwise, everything else I bought in person until recently. This list of places I buy manga are all online for obvious reasons. I can't go anywhere else at the moment. But I might do a buying manga in person video at a later point when it's more legal. As a full disclaimer up front, I am in the UK. I don't know how many of these places will ship in other countries, but all of these places are good if you're in the UK. If I think I know they ship abroad, I'll say. Otherwise, I'm not too sure. Be sure to go and check it out yourself, see what the site says. I'm going to roughly try and break it down by talking about the place and some positive and negatives that I found buying there. Otherwise, let's get to it, and I hope you find some new places. So, first place I buy manga is quite obvious. It's Amazon. A lot of people buy off Amazon. It's easy, it's accessible, it has a large range. They do next day delivery if you've got Prime. So I think a lot of people know about it already. I find sometimes Amazon has some crazy good deals. So for example, I picked up 6 volumes of Kakegurui for about £6 each, which is more than 50% off, just because Amazon had it on sale. I don't know why, but sometimes Amazon does that. So that one's a bit hard to track because it's odd volumes in the blue that I find. As another example, I picked up a volume of Witchbuster, which normally retails at about £12–13 for £3.20. Like, my mind was blown. Until it arrived, I did not believe it was going to be new and prime and in good condition. It was a brand new copy for £3.20. Don't know why. But Amazon has a lot of these. They're just not always that easy to find, and the only way I find them is trial and error, I'm afraid. But that is definitely something to check out. My second place that I buy manga from is Amazon! Wait a minute, I just said Amazon. First Amazon was Code.uk. This Amazon is .com, so super weird, but sometimes I find manga on the US Amazon site that ships from the UK but isn't available on the UK Amazon. Nope, don't understand, I don't get it, nope. So I think there was a volume, what's an example? I think I bought, a volume of Waiting for Spring. I bought on Amazon.com for £4 something, and it shipped from the UK, but that volume was not available at that price on Amazon.co.uk. Don't get it. I don't get it, but I mean, I got the manga for that price, so I don't mind too much. Amazon.com is also, I find, a lot better for looking for out of print or rare mangas. I've been collecting Great Teacher Onizuka, and I've bought most of those volumes off Amazon.com because they're just not available on co.uk. Sometimes you do have a higher shipping cost But again, I sometimes find it's cheaper sometimes to buy from .com and have it shipped than it is to buy from co.uk, because I don't, this one just throws me. I don't get it, but cheap manga. So the next place I'm going to mention is also pretty well known, and that's Book Depository. They do ship internationally. They are based in the UK, I think. They might UK and Australia. So shipping times in the UK are usually pretty good. I've never had it take longer than maybe 5 working days to arrive. It is completely different worldwide, but that is something you need to look up depending on your country. Typically I'll only buy from Book Depository if they send me a discount code. So after my first purchase from them, they sent me a 10% discount code in my email, and then I will still only buy manga that's already on discount. For example, this volume's 10% off, and then I can apply another 10% off, and they're the only volumes I'll buy from them, because I find they're generally more expensive. They don't tend to go down in price as much as, say, Amazon, but with the 10% off, it's cheaper than Amazon. I do also see a number of people saying that they've had quite badly damaged copies of volumes from Book Depository. It's not something I've come across too much. Maybe I've just been lucky in that department, because I've seen a lot of people be upset about damaged volumes. My next place that I've bought manga from, I only found out about recently, really, and I blame Emma and Tiffany at Geeky Dreams and Himika for me buying from them, which is Blackwells. I genuinely didn't even know they were a thing until about a month ago, and I've gone and bought so much manga from them now. They have a lot of volumes that I have pre-ordered on Amazon with an expected delivery date in about a month, and they've already got them in stock and they've shipped them out to me. Not all of them have arrived yet, but some of them have, and it's like, Also, I find if you searched from lowest to highest, you sometimes get some random volumes that are heavily discounted for some reason. So I picked up ReZero Chapter 3 Volume 7 for £4.60, which is 60% off from its retail price, and Cells at Work Volume 5 for 45% off its retail price. Yay! I find the shipping so far has taken a little longer than some of the other places, but whether that's usual or lockdown or Brexit, shipping's generally taken a bit longer, so I'm never gonna fault anyone too much for that. Also, their bookmarks are great. They're sturdy, they're amazing, and I love the design. My next place, I know that I said that I wasn't shopping at Forbidden Planet and Travelling Man at the moment because they're closed, but Travelling Man actually has a website and they have a manga selection on there. I've done a unboxing video from Travelling Man on my channel if you want to go and check it out to see what the quality of the manga and the packing looks like. The manga they have on there is a good price. Like a volume of Viz is about £4.80, like a typical volume, think Naruto or Demon Slayer or My Hero Academia. Viz volumes have now gone up in price, so they have a mix of £4.80 and £5.30, 40. They do have other volumes as well. What they have isn't a particularly huge selection. It's mostly Viz and quite a few of them are out of stock, though I must admit over the past couple of months I've noticed the stock levels have improved quite a bit. Things that are out of stock are a lot less out of stock. They've got a bigger selection than they did do maybe 3 months ago, so I've been picking up more and more as they've added it. In fact, a lot of my pre-orders that I had on Amazon I cancelled because they were running late, and Travelling Man had them in stock and £1.50 cheaper each. Yay! And they did really quick shipping. I think it was 2 days for one of my boxes and 3 days for the other. And they're based in Yorkshire, so woo! My next place that I buy manga from is World of Books. So World of Books is a second-hand bookstore online, though actually I do think they sell new as well. Generally, I'll go and search through the manga by filtering from low to high and scrolling through to see what they've got. I find that a lot easier than trying to just search for a series. but that's just me because I'm picking up a lot of series, I think. So some of the positives I find about World of Books is that you're able to add the manga directly from the catalogue page. There is an add to basket under the volume, so you don't have to go and click into them. You just do to long, click them all the ones that you want, though that could also be seen as a negative. You are able to also go into each volume of manga to go and see what the quality is. By default, it will give you the best quality manga they have available, which I quite like, and I think it's always the same price. It doesn't matter the quality, just that volume is that price, which is also good. They also have free shipping within the UK, which is really neat. I've also found it pretty easy to find a number of discount codes, so I think every time I've bought from them, which is 3 or 4 times now, I've always been able to find either at 5 or even 10% off. They have lots of like, so I think there was like a springtime sale and 10% off, or another one, I can't remember. But I'd do a little looking around before you buy, because you might find one. Some of the negatives I find with World of Books though is the selection is a bit limited, especially some of the cheaper volumes. A lot of what they have is old school shoujo, like Rosario Vampire and Gentleman's Alliance Cross, or some of the more popular, like some of the more older volumes from popular series, if that makes sense. So some of the older Full Metal Alchemist volumes, some of the older Naruto volumes will be the cheaper ones. They do generally have the rest, they're just not as cheap or on sale. They're probably cheaper elsewhere. I also find the packaging can be quite thin. It tends to arrive in quite thin plastic, almost. Though to be fair, I haven't received a damaged copy from the packaging. Sometimes you get older copies because the book's just older, but generally it's not the packaging's fault, so that's pretty good. Right, so the next place I buy manga from is Magpie. So they're quite well known in the UK for buying like old electronics, but they also have a shop and they also do books, and they have quite a large variety of manga on their store. So some of the good things I find about Magpie is I think they have a general bigger range than say World of Books. They also still offer free shipping in the UK. They are another place that I frequently am able to find discount codes. Last time I used a 5% off discount code. You're also able to sort from lowest to highest, which is a big plus for me when I buy manga, especially used manga. Though some of the negatives I find are you have to click on each item individually to be able to add it to your basket. So you have to find it, click on it, and then add to cart. Again, potentially a good thing because it should limit you. Also, the description on everything is just used. There's no grading, there's no like new, very good, good, used, alright. It is all just used, so the quality of the manga you get is very hit and miss. I think I've only gotten a couple of library copies before, and you get some that look completely brand new, but there is a lot more variety in what you're going to get from them. I also had an issue where the parcel arrived and it was the similar sort of plastic wrapping coating thing, and it had ripped and it looked like a couple of volumes had fallen out. And they have an issue on their site where titles don't necessarily contain the volume number. It might just say the series and the author name. So when I was trying to figure out which one I'd missed, also they have a broken web page which won't show you your orders. Very annoyed by that, but they didn't seem to care when I complained. Yes, what was I saying? Broken parcel, but to be fair, I don't think that was their fault. I think it was the delivery company, because when the guy dropped it at my door, he was like, haha, 2 open parcels for you, and I was like, excuse me? Excuse me. Magpie were really good. They sent me a replacement copy for what I thought I was missing. Turns out I was wrong and that volume was just running late, so I ended up with a duplicate and I'm not sure which one I'm missing still. So I would recommend, if you do use Magpie, to make a list of what you've bought before you place the order, because you might not be able to get that back. Also, I find they have a lot of discrepancies between the titles and the image they show. For example, they might show an image of Rosario Vampire Volume 5, but the text says Volume 7, and I am not brave enough to place an order and hope that I get one of them. Like, yes, I want volume 7, but I don't want volume 5. Nope, not brave enough, gonna just leave it for now. Though in their defense, the last order I got from them came in a big hench cardboard box. It was amazingly packed, and it absolutely wasn't going to have lost any manga with how much wrapping was around it. If you're curious, check out my massive manga haul that I did recently. You'll see it in there halfway through, I think. That's the one from Music Magpie. Next place, I've got to be honest, I haven't bought from yet because what I want to buy from them isn't in stock, and that is Lowplex books. Someone else recommended this to me. They have a lot of box sets and collections of manga for really good prices, so at the moment I'm holding out for some of the JoJo volumes, which work out about 7 or 8 volumes. 7 or 8 volumes? 7 or 8 pounds. 7 or 8 pounds each, which is an amazing price. They've just been out of stock for a while. A lot of the other box sets they have available, I've already got, say, Bleach, Naruto, Pokemon, but if they interest you, I'd go and check them out. I think they have free shipping, but as I haven't actually placed an order of them, I'm not sure. I also can't vouch for it arriving or anything, but I'm planning on giving it a go when they've got what I want in stock. Next place I've bought from, we're nearly there and at the end, is Better World Books. Now, they had quite a good selection of volumes I'd not really seen in the other secondhand places, though every volume that I bought was a library copy, and some of them were really bad library copies. Like, even I was like, maybe this is too bad for my collection, and I don't usually care, but they were like full plastic wraps around the covers, and I tried to take some of them off and I ripped the inside of one of the covers. So I'm not planning on buying from this place again, especially since some of them said they were very good and it was still a library copy. To be fair, some library copies, it's just a sticker on the outside and you can just take that off, and besides maybe a stamp on the inside saying the library name, that's it. But I just got a bit grumpy considering they were like, it's very good, and here's your library copy. I wouldn't consider a library copy ever very good. I don't mind buying library copies, but I expect them to be good or worse. I wouldn't call a library copy very good. The last place I've bought manga from, or attempted to buy manga from, is Momox. And I say attempted, this is on the list not for good reasons. I have tried to buy 4 separate volumes of manga in 4 separate orders, and not a single one has arrived. Every single time. So it would get to the time when it say your shipment should be with you between these dates, and because of everything happening, giving the benefit of the doubt, I'd usually leave it 2 weeks after the last date, deadline, estimated delivery date. And then I'd send a message going, where's my manga? And they'd go, so sorry, here's your money back. No, we're looking into it, we'll send you another copy, just here's your money back, sorry. I want my manga. I'd rather you sent me the manga because it's good prices. I think I tried to pick up Mob Psycho 100 Volume 1 for £4.50 and no, so sad times. So I will not be attempting to buy from Momox ever again. If I see them, I will just generally avoid them, just because I have absolutely no faith they'll deliver the volume to me at all, in the slightest. Right, 10 places that I've bought manga from. I suppose a couple of them I either haven't successfully bought manga from. Be sure to go check them out. Let me know if you find anything or you buy anything from them, because I'm super interested what sort of manga you buy, especially from the places that I push you towards. Otherwise, I hope this has been super enjoyable and informative. Do you have any other places that you buy manga from, especially if you're in the UK? Let me know in the comments below, because I will love to check them out, please. I am always on the lookout for more places to buy manga. If you haven't checked out part 1, where I talk about how much I spend on my manga, be sure to go see that as well. Part 3 is going to be how I find these places and misc final tips for buying manga that I have found over the years. Otherwise, have a wonderful day and I'll see you next time. Bye!